Welcome back to the Stoop football fans. It's your boy Lolo, and I'm here with Mark. We are out in the rain, so
bear with us because it's coming down hard.
There it comes. So we can't quite get our booties wet on the stoop, but we are here, Mark, and we got to apologize to our fan base out there. We haven't been putting out many videos. This workforce has come back with a storm.
Pandemic is over, and now it's time to make hay while the sun shines, so to speak.
Exactly. It's been killer work-wise, but we promise we're going to keep on going, and we're going to truck through, and we're going to be bringing all sorts of World Cup action.
Y'all ain't rid of us yet.
You're not rid of us yet. So, Mark, it is the Stoop Derby. It is one of the other Stoop Derbies. You had one midweek.
I did. I did. And we did
scored a goal.
We scored a goal.
Clean
sheet. And a goal from an unlikely individual.
Traore, an unlikely Traore.
And it was the most unlikely Traore. Boubacar, I guess is the way it's pronounced. I thought it was pronounced Babacar, but the announcers say Boubacar.
Well, you can't trust the announcers because they call your new coach Lopatwagi.
I think I heard Lopitqui.
Julian Lopitqui.
Please don't ask me to say it.
Lopategi. Very easy. Lopategi.
Lopategi.
Lopategi. Now I can't say it. But either way, we have Arsenal going to the Molyneux. Listen, we were talking about this backstage. And you had a very strong point there of last season, y'all look good. I remember doing a video saying Wolves will finish 6th or better. Wolves will finish in the top 6. And it wasn't until...
I think we did get a top 10. I think we finished 10th, maybe 11th. I'm not really sure.
But it wasn't until y'all were up 75 minutes or so against us.
Yes, sir. And,
2 quick goals.
And we all know where we've been ever since. I honestly think that we have had maybe a total of 15 points since last year. So the name of this video is What a Difference a Year Makes. Top of the table, near bottom of the table.
So let's talk about what we have to play for, because clearly Arsenal have what we have to play for is going into this month-long break, top of the league. Worst case scenario, we're 2nd place, 2 points behind City. So not the worst thing in the world if we did happen to lose. My feeling would be the position on the table wouldn't be as bad as going into this break with we lost to Brighton midweek, and then we lose to Wolves, and then everybody goes away. So they don't really get that chance. Not everybody, but like 8 or 9 of our, I think it's like 8 of our main starters.
You guys have a number of players on World Cup rosters.
If they play or if they don't play, the main thing is they're not together. They can't console each other over this loss, as opposed to going in winning and taking that to the World Cup and coming back like, let's keep this going.
Yeah, exactly.
Now for you guys, near bottom of the table.
I think what it is for us is, you know, we've been playing well since the announcement has been made that we have a new manager, that we're going to have coaching staff that's going to be pretty successful or has had previous success with other squads. So there's a lot of excitement with that. I've seen better play from the Wolves as a result. So I'm looking at this match as kind of the team's kind of audition, you know, because this is Lopetegui is going to be in the house. He's going to be watching.
That was wrong.
I'm trying, man. I am trying.
Because now you called him a low pedigree. He has a low pedigree in the Premier League. He does have a low pedigree in the Premier League. So Lopetegui.
Lopetegui. I'm gonna, by the end of the season, I'll get it right. Lopetegui.
No, because you still call him the Wolves. So I think you're going to double down on low pedigree.
I don't know about that, but I do see this as being an audition, so to speak, of the squad.
Of Neves for Arsenal. Neves is auditioning for Arsenal because he's like, look, I'm better than Yuri Tielemans.
No, I don't see. I honestly think Julian.
There you go, Julian. Mr. Julian.
Mr. Julian. I think given the relationship that he has with Neves in the past, I think that might be something that he had said. You know, it's, look, I'll take this position, but you are not.
God doesn't like you lying.
You're not selling our best player. So, and he has been, despite our record and despite the lack of goals, he has been our best player so far. Although there's been some of these young kids, and it's kind of exciting to see. Hugo Bueno, I believe is his full name, but Bueno in the midfield has been playing very well, and Guedes finally opened his account in the last Premier League game, so that's encouraging. But it's fine. Look, if the rain gods don't like me lying, and I'll just be truthful, I don't have a whole lot of hope here. I just want us to be competitive, and I don't want to see like a Leicester blowout of 4-0. Look, Arsenal can score. That is without a doubt. And Wolves, in this transition from a back three to a back four, have been giving up far more goals than they have in the last 2 years. So, you know, we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna enjoy it. It's the late game.
Listen, all like banter aside and all cockiness aside, like every Premier League, it doesn't matter where you are on the table and where we are on the table. Every Premier League match is up against a Premier League team.
Exactly.
We see, who does City drop points to? They drop points to the likes of Crystal Palace and Liverpool, you know, bottom of the table type teams. Who is Arsenal dropping points to? Yeah. We're dropping points to Southampton. We lost to Brighton. We lost to
United.
United, you know, crappy teams. But what I'm saying is, on the day, it's those 11 against those 11, you know, maybe 15 or so, 16 at the end of the day. But the way you guys will find love against Arsenal is the same way Brighton found goals yesterday or 2 days ago. It's the same way Man United ripped us apart in those moments.
Right.
Is letting us press, letting us go forward, and a ball over the top, and praying to God Saliba can't catch you.
Right.
But if you have the likes of Daniel Podence and Adama Traore on the pitch, he can't cover both of them.
Correct.
Ben White is only so fast. Gabriel is not that fast. So they're going to have a game. Saliba's going to have a game, and he's going to have to shut those two players down because you're going to get a ball over the top.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be those moments. Absolutely. I think for me, if I want to flip the script a little bit and talk about Arsenal, you know, they're having a fantastic season. That's no. I'm not saying anything new here, but what I will say is that I would, as an Arsenal fan, I would want to see a level of maturity that says, I'm not waiting for the break. I'm not looking forward to the break. I'm not looking to having, if I'm not on a World Cup roster, I'm not looking to this nice little holiday that's going to happen for those players. You know, Arsenal is going to have to maintain their focus no matter where Wolves are on the table. And in like last season, there were slip-ups by Arsenal because they were looking beyond. And another thing too is the fatigue factor. You know, Arsenal is coming off what, 5-6 games in the last 2.5 weeks.
A lot of games.
You know, I mean,
but everybody is.
That being said, almost. But you guys have been putting in a lot of time on the pitch. You know, fatigue could be a factor. Focus could be a factor. These are things that, if happen, the Wolves can and will take advantage of. But I've said it all season long. This is not last year's Arsenal. This is a team that has more leadership, has more people stepping up, playing as a team, and it all starts with, even though he hasn't scored in 9 games, it all starts with the maturity and experience of Jesus.
Yeah, and I know he's getting frustrated. However, he's doing his job brilliantly. The only thing that's not happening is the ball going in the back of the net for him. But the work that he is doing off the ball and the assists and just being a nuisance, it's indescribable. But for his own sake, less for Arsenal's sake, for his own mental sake.
Yeah,
he needs to bag a goal in this game.
Yeah, because that would speak volumes for Brazil heading in.
Speaking about this Arsenal season, I just keep going back to a film that makes me smile thinking about this, because instead of like last year's oh no, we can't, we got to win, oh, but we got to beat these guys, and it was this like timid sort of, oh, are we this good? I'm not sure how we won that one. This next one. This year is catch me if you can. It's not going in like, oh, well, you know, we're only behind City by 2 points. Yes, we should have beat Wolves. No, this is, what did DiCaprio do in that film, Catch Me If You Can? Every time Tom Hanks got close to catching him, did he go, okay, I'm going to take my money and go just live on an island? No, he doubled down. And he was like, okay, well, I'm going to become a doctor then. And you're not going to see that. Oh, I'm going to become a flight attendant. I'm going to become a pilot. I'm going to write my own checks. He doubled down. And yes, it was a long film and he got caught in the end. And maybe that's what happens. But for the entire 2.5-hour movie that is this Premier League season, I want to be playing that sort of mentality, that role of it's not let's just, you know, we'll do the best we can. No, this is fucking catch us if you can, City. Come on, Pep, catch us if you can, because right now, if we keep winning, you can't. You absolutely can't. Well, if we won every game, it is impossible for them to catch us.
There is a certain match that was postponed against that very.
And God, I'm looking forward to that match.
And you should, and you really should,
because we still haven't played anybody.
No, you haven't lost. Well, you have lost the most unlikely of teams. But again, you know,
one match without Partey, by the way.
Hey, look, and I've said for a season and a half. No Partey without Partey.
No Partey without Partey.
You know, and you guys, you know, you got Z back. You know, you have escaped serious injuries. You know, I mean, Emile Smith-Rowe, you know, that groin injury was probably more precautionary.
I don't know if he gets into the side anyway.
I don't, and he had trouble getting into the side last season. And now you guys have doubled down and juiced up your roster, and you know, I said it a couple of weeks ago that I don't think that Arsenal is going to make a big splash in the January window, but I think you guys are gonna.
We have to.
You have to, and you will.
Because
just stay away from Neves. Stay away from midfield Jesus, please. That's what I call him.
Yeah, I don't know if, you know, yeah, he would be a good addition, but I feel like cover for Partey is first and foremost in our mind right now. Even ahead of Jesus, cover for Jesus, because we do have Eddie Nketiah for whatever that's worth. But I'm like talking about our wingers. Yeah, thanks.
Hey, the mail came. Who knew?
But talking about you know, cover for Jesus, cover for our wings. I feel like we're fairly covered there, especially with Emile Smith-Rowe coming back and Reece Nelson showing off.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll see. And then, you know, Marquinhos, Vieira, we have all these other players as well that can fill in those roles.
Well, that gets you through the Euros. That helps you with Euros. I don't want to say get through
World Cup.
You know, no, Euros. No, not Euros. Europa League. Sorry, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all know what I meant, right? Y'all know what I meant? No.
So let's go to match predictions. What do you feel the outcome of this match is going to be? Final score.
Final score, best scenario, we park the bus and just ride out 90 minutes and get a point. Worst case scenario,
you go for it.
We go for it, but if we go for it, we're gonna give up. We could give up 2 or 3 goals. I don't want to say 4 because I think our defense is settled down. We got Collins back from suspension, but suspensions are what's killing us right now. You know, I was singing the sad song of injuries, but you know, Diego Costa, straight red, and Semedo, even though I felt it was a really weak red card.
He's back though. That was a 1-game suspension.
It was a straight red.
I know, but it was only 1 game.
So
it wasn't violent conduct or whatever, but everything I'm reading, he's back because midweek counted.
That would be fantastic.
Midweek counted, I suppose. So
okay,
so he's back.
That gives me a
At
little
least
bit
all
more.
The Wolves fan channels are saying that he's back because I did.
That does give me a little bit more hope for on the defensive end.
We can't wait to burn
because Aitniori is not the answer in any position. The boy cannot play defense.
Actually, it was when Tomato came out. Wasn't that when we got both of our goals last season? Was it Tomato or Aitniori?
On a couple of occasions, I think we played City we played Liverpool very, very well. And in the 90th minute, Tomato got hurt, and we put in Aitniori, and he immediately gave up.
That was what happened with us, with ours. Yeah, he came off.
We had a couple of
the next
we
scored.
had a lot of last year was a lot of dropping points from winning positions. We don't have that problem, unfortunately, this year.
Yeah. So your best case scenario is a 0-0 draw.
I think that what we can hope for is a point. We can get a point here. It would come at a premium to take 3. We are at home, playing in front of a new coach. Maybe that you always talk about the new manager bounce. He's not quite there yet, but
be in the stands,
he's going to be watching. He's going to be there in person watching
with a phonetic spelling on the back of his kit.
I'm going to write it down phonetically and start practicing as I'm trying to learn how to juggle names.
Okay, so let's go to your best case scenario. You guys sit back and defend, and maybe you shoot some balls over the top. I feel like that sort of gameplay, you'll lose 1-0 to the Arsenal. We'll find a shitty goal. We'll find something that attack is relentless. When teams sit back, they can hold against us. But it just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And when you have 5-6 and then Partey's open and he cracks one,
the press is ridiculous, and Arteta has it set up where shots are coming from anybody. Everywhere. It's just not like a select 3, the 2 on the wing and the striker or a false 9. No, you've got Partey striking, you've got Xhaka striking. Even though he wasn't able to get there, Ben White had
a couple cracks.
3 shots in the last Premier match. So I said it earlier. I said it earlier in the season. Pick your poison. And while the Wolves have been playing better defense, I'm not hopeful.
So my prediction, I feel like this midweek loss to Brighton, as bad as it was, it gets us out of a competition that, it's a trophy. Losing is not good. I'm not happy about that loss. But seeing the way we reacted when we lost to Manchester United, when we lost in Europa League, when we drew against Southampton, seeing the way the team reacted, I feel bad that it's my best friend's team that we're playing against right now because it could be a Nottingham Forest type of day. Yeah. You saw Nottingham Forest go on and they beat Spurs the whole with Kane playing and everything.
Right.
They're not a terrible team, but we were so pissed off at losing. And you could see in the documentary last season with Mikel Arteta, every time we lost, how much he hates losing. And it's that mentality that he's instilled in these young players and these older players. Jesus brings that. He hates losing. He hates not scoring when we win. But you hear Zinchenko talking about, what's this top 4 nonsense? It's not what I play for. So changing the mentality of that we lost in this little cup competition. However, we lost in a competition where eventually most of our starters were on the pitch and they couldn't get anything done. They are sitting there right now furious. And on top of that, you have players like Ben White and Martinelli, who were surprisingly selected for their national teams and getting a lot of flack of how could you choose Ben White over this guy, and how can you choose Martinelli over this guy? They're going to be out with a point to prove, and Gabriel as well not being picked for the Brazil side to go in with yet another clean sheet on a day where he pockets Podence, he pockets Adama Traore, and maybe even gets in and gets ahead of the goal. Just to be like, yeah, you didn't want me? Cool. Call me in 4 years. You know? I'll be even better in 4 years. So you've got a lot going into this. On top of that, don't think that the players will not be treating this like it is a championship match. Yeah. Because we're going to a month-long break where we could be on top of the table when teams and pundits and players and everybody were talking about Arsenal being top 4 contenders. You mean to tell me we can win our game and who cares what happens with the City match and be top of the table for a month? A month more?
Yeah.
Like that's in the back of their head.
Absolutely.
And these players are starting to get that taste of it is not okay to lose. It is not okay to drop points. Win ugly, win pretty, just win. Doesn't matter. So I don't expect this to be a beautiful match because that you guys make it very difficult on us every time we play.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I think so. But you know, I think what it is that, you know, what we're playing for is we're playing for pride. We beat the team at the top of the table, and that's something that we go on our little break and work things out with Mr. Julian.
Okay. I was like, which one is
I gotta work on it before Lopetegui. Lopetegui. Closer?
No, it's all terrible.
I don't know.
At least you got 2 Traores, so you can't mess that up. Or
Boubacar and Adama.
Just say Traore. Just say that Traore.
It's Traore and mini Traore.
Fast Traore and the Traore who can shoot. But either way, it's going to be a fun Stoop derby, and hopefully we'll be out on the Stoop watching it and coming to you guys with a post match. But
absolutely,
that's it for us in the rain. Got to get out of here. Mark, love seeing you on the Stoop or Stoop adjacent. The Stoop's in the background there.
Wolves, baby. Wolves.
All right, come on, you Gunners. Right there, right there. Come on, you Gunners.
Peace out.